and go live to where we can go live. And if I'm not mistaken, it looks like the red light is on. This happens every single time that we do this. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. If you've been watching us, then you know we've been watching Bad Blood, baby. The show is over. We're tired, but we got a lot to talk about. Welcome to the 2.5 Heels Bad Blood post show. Insert applause right there. Yeah, yeah. I'm your host, Uncle Black, and all of that. And as you see, the guys is with me. The fellas is out tonight. You see, we got Mr. Ali down there. Wait, down there, Mr. Ali. What's going on, baby?
Chilling. Like I said, just got off of work. I have no idea what happened on Bad Blood, but I'm gonna put in
Just all
my
right. I got
expertise.
no. I
But
got you, brother. We're gonna tell you everything right here, right now. You're gonna have fun. And also, as you see to the over there, it's Professor Bear. What's going on, man?
Hanging in there trying to recover from my last night live event I went to.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that was the first real thing I did since the back surgery, and I was cool until I got back home. Then it showed me I'm showing 100%.
Hey, listen. Well, listen. The fact that you still pulled up to kick it with us and talk about Bad Blood is only a testament to the will and the fortitude of one that is Professor Bear. I seen a video of a certain champion talking to a certain bear. We ain't gonna get into the specifics and the particulars, but just know I saw that. Definitely saw
Yeah,
that. Now listen, tonight later on we'll be joined by whoever pops up. But don't forget to follow us on everything. Tune in, type in the wrestlingsociety.com on your internet balls, click it, join us, do some stuff over there. It's a bunch of things for you to do. We just had a stream last night for one of our wrestling shows. I forgot the name of the show, but it was bomb.com. Professor Barry, you remember that one? What was the name of that show?
I know the company because I personally didn't get to see it because I was at a live wrestling show.
Oh
So,
goodness. The company was
Supernova Wrestling.
shout out to Supernova Wrestling putting on this. I think it was the Spooktober show. I think they were in the
That's
arc. They was in an arcade wrestling. I ain't never see that before. Look, it's available on the WrestlingSociety.com. It should be over there. Go ahead and check it out. But we got to get down to what happened, man. We're gonna review Bad Blood in its entirety from start to finish. So
we're
we're
gonna
gonna
go in
go.
order.
We're gonna go in chronological order from start to finish, and we're kicked off by the big three: Bianca, Naomi, and Jade. And basically, they were just in the ring to throw it to the first match of the evening, which was the Hell in a Cell match between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. And much to everybody's predictions, CM Punk won this Hell in a Cell match. But damn the victory, okay? Ali, you need to go back, get you an hour, get an hour and a half. God, they use about the full hour. Get an hour worth of your time to go back and look at this Hell in a Cell match. I was squeamish in this Hell in a Cell match, and you would think for what I've grown up on, what I've seen, what I'm accustomed to, this match was hell. So, Professor Bear, what do you think, man? Talk to me. Talk to me.
This was what the Hell in the Cell was made for. This brought you back to the original,
Oh,
just the placement of everything. Even when spots that should have went right went wrong, they made it work. I'm gonna say this small part of it. When the wrestler goes and gets a table and tries to pick it up and set it up, have you ever seen somebody when the table broke, they ripped the leg off? Ripped the leg off and went and started choking Punk with it. That's what Drew did. I was like, that's all right. Yeah, something happens, you use it. That
listen.
man, that was oh.
Violence upon violence. The toolbox was used explicitly in this matchup here. And when I say there was blood, like you remember, you know how we talked about how there isn't enough blood in wrestling. There was enough blood in this match right now to fill a damn blood bank. And most
Look,
of it belonged to Drew McIntyre.
look, when Dustin Rhodes can say, "Damn, that's too much," you know they will believe you.
Hmm.
Boy, listen, I tell you this now. This feud has to be over. And as much as everybody didn't really want to see it happen, for this type of feud and this type of payoff, Punk had to win.
Oh
Because
yeah.
all this match did, it made Drew even more of a badass than he already. I don't even know if you can do that more than what he already was, no doubt.
Hmm. Well, Drew McIntyre is untouchable, so he can losses don't really phase him in that sense because most of his losses he comes out strong on them, or some type of shenanigans situation always happens. So I will go back and I will watch this match when I do get some free time. But knowing the history of the Hell in a Cell, and I've seen my fair share of Hell in the Cells. I mean, obviously, you said there was a lot of blood involved. Um, I guess me growing up in the '90s. When I think of Hell in a Cell, I always think of the two original Hell in the Cells. Undertaker, Shawn Michaels one with the debut of Kane, which, by the way, today marks the 20th year of that debut for that Hell in a
Indeed,
Cell.
And the
that's
day,
gotta be
and the
To,
day is
to the
actually,
day.
yeah,
today, or yeah, we're still in the
yeah.
day. So, and then the second Hell in a Cell, which was of course the classic, the Undertaker Mankind, when Foley flew off the cage a couple times.
He's dead.
Um, but
That's it.
I've seen some brutal Hell in a Cells. Triple H Batista, they had a really good one. That was a brutal Hell in a Cell that they had.
Hell yeah.
A tag team Hell in a Cell, the Usos and the New Day was a
Oh,
hell of a
Violence.
that was a hell
oh
of a
yeah.
violence Hell in a Cell.
So so
So
Violence.
underrated. So
so
underrated.
so I've seen my fair share of good Hell in a Cells matches. I'm pretty sure Drew McIntyre and CM Punk definitely kicked it out the park. Um, I would have expected it to be the main event, truthfully, but I'm not going to
Oh.
argue.
Well, let me say this.
Well, in due course, we will get to why it was not the main event.
I was
I,
gonna say, this little nugget. When you find out, you'll be okay.
you'll be
Hmm.
just fine. So
Be
moving
fine.
on. In my opinion, the hardest spot on the card. Oh, what up, Brady? Hey, you can't be. Hey, listen, it's all right. As long as you're around, you're around. You with us, bro. We're glad to have you. After we had this amazing Hell in a Cell match, you would think who's going to be in this spot? Who's going to have to follow this match? And by God, they tried it. They definitely tried it. Okay. Next up, it was Nia Jax defeating Bailey via pinfall. Now, of course, it was all the shenanigans that you would think of with Tiffany Stratton coming in to attempt to cash in. So the teases are back and forth. And at this point, Nia Jax walked out on her own accord and left Tiffany at ringside by herself. So it's safe to say that that friendship is over. And, Bailey lost. So I cannot wait to see where we go from here. Any thoughts on Nia Jax retaining the WWE Women's Championship?
I'm happy.
Uh, it. I mean, everybody knew she was going to retain. Um, and I'm not even going to lie, and it's not their fault. I kept dozing off in the match,
I
and it's
mean, they're
not,
Hell in a Cell, man.
and it wasn't the match. It was just I'm tired. But the one spot I seen that was crazy, I loved it when Tiffany was in there and Nia was laying in the ring flat, not moving. And she went to give the money in the bank.
No, no. So what? No, what happened was the briefcase. Tiffany's briefcase was on the mat, right? And the referee picked up the briefcase and was going to hand it to Tiffany. But when Nia sat up, it looked like Tiffany was handing it to the referee. So to Nia, you try to cash in on me? This
And
this
she
this
did
this
the
is what you
Undertaker
doing?
sit up.
She sat up. You trying to cash in on me? This what we doing? You trying to cash in on me? And that's how it broke down. And of course, Bailey got distracted as always because it's wrestling. And Naya hit the combo of the Samoan Slam and the Annihilator 1, 2, 3, and still, man. So where do you see this going? Who do you think is going to be next up for Nia Jax?
I'm thinking they're gonna let probably gonna let what you call it oh, I can't even think of girl name now. Bailey's best friend.
Naomi.
Yeah, that
I was
gives her
gonna say,
something to
I was
do.
gonna say one of those three that you mentioned, either Naomi, Jay Cargill, Bianca Belair should be her next opponent. At least
Well, and they're not well. The way I said they're gonna leave Bianca and Jade because they got some plans with the tag titles
Mm-hmm.
that has been looking real interesting. So I think they're going to keep pushing that. And then you always can go back and give, well, dang, I don't know why I'm forgetting people's name tonight, but
It's
you
okay.
can,
We're here. We got you.
she wrestled her in the no, Jesus, she beat Chelsea Green.
You talking about
Mia
Misha?
Yim. Me
Yeah, you
Chin.
can always throw a Mia Chin in there.
Yeah, Michin is always a great opponent, a great challenger. And speaking of great challengers, we are finally joined by my proverbial other half on the program here. It's Bree. Hey, Bree. What's up?
Free.
Hi, I
She's
am great.
here.
I
Now,
had a weird watching experience, but hey,
That's a good question, Brady. Much to everybody else's chagrin, Charlotte due for a return?
oh
Royal
yeah,
Rumble. Royal Rumble.
and you
Oh
know
hell
yeah.
yeah.
and you
Hell
know
yeah.
it's going to be for the title.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh,
Wouldn't have it
and
any other
Brady,
way.
since you decided to throw that question up there, I see it in the chat.
No,
Who's
no,
on
no.
here?
But we
Fuck
gonna get
Lord
to it.
Brady.
Okay. Just she's here now. She's here now. So we got her.
I
We
I
got
have
her.
made my appearance. Now I'm officially here.
The
Yeah.
contractual obligation to show it has been fulfilled now. All right. So from there, out of that amazing back and forth contest, we get to. Do we want to talk about the Crown Jewel Championship? We
We
No,
don't want to talk
no,
about
no,
no,
no.
we got
I don't
to.
want to
We
talk.
got to.
No, I
That
don't
ain't,
want to talk about this.
they gotta stop with this Saudi blood money. They gotta leave that over
Yeah,
there.
Damn it.
look,
Okay,
look. The
we
one
got to do it
thing.
for the fans. It's got to be for the fans because if nobody saw it, we got to tell them what happened. So then Triple H came out, made an announcement to say that Crown Jewel in 4 weeks' time in Riyadh, in Riyadh, Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, there will be a two matches, champion versus champion, and the winner will become the crown jewel. Is it the crown jewel? What the
50
belt say?
carat champion.
Yeah,
I don't
the
know.
crown jewel 50 carat diamond blood money champion. I'm
Mm.
sure they
Man,
didn't call it that, but it's the 50 carat diamond crown jewel champion. So it's the world champion versus the WWE champion, and vice versa for the ladies. Now, all this did was set up a face to face off between Gunther and Sammy, and for some reason Goldberg was there, trying to fight. Yeah,
well,
because they were in Atlanta, so of course Goldberg was there.
and you got to admit, WWE is starting to go back to that old thing to show surprises because they had a ton. When I say a ton of people that were ringside, they would bring they wanted to make this show make people understand this ain't no B show. They're upgrading.
Man, listen, I saw Lil Yachty in that joint, so I
Why?
knew it was lit. Why
Why?
what?
Why to
Why do
do
you
that?
need? Why do you need this? No, 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 no.
Be,
Because We have been asking for mid card women's titles forever. And if there is ever a time to do it, it's now when you have women on the main roster who are not getting the TV time that they deserve. They're not getting the title opportunities that they deserve. You have women
Mm,
like Chelsea Green and Meechin putting
mm.
on dumpster matches and out
Preach.
here just killing the game. You've got Raquel Rodriguez, who is back and absolutely deserves a title shot.
Oh,
We was we
Bronze
was
God.
baby
go
back.
we was
You've
gonna
got
get to that. That was
you've
the
got
next.
so many amazing women who deserve titles like Naomi. Yes, she deserves the women's championship, but why not give her something else since that's not the plan right now? Like
Well, let,
y'all did it for NXT, but y'all can't do it for the main
let,
roster.
let me tell you this. It's coming. It's coming. I thought that's what the announcement was going to be tonight, but I guarantee you, if it don't happen by the end of the year, it's going to happen in the first of the year. They're bringing the titles because, like you said, everything you said was on point, and they know because see they use NXT as the experiment. That's why they got the women's mid card title first. And they see how far it is, and people are asking and asking and asking. It'll be here. If it's not here by Royal Rumble time, I'll be shocked. Triple H is playing it where everybody else used to play checkers. Triple H is playing chess. That's why they having the sellouts like they having.
I'ma disagree. He ain't playing chess, man. That man's playing ATM to every fucking city he go to because he just pull up, put the card in, put the button in, give me all the money from all the thousands of y'all that's here. Give me all of it. Well,
Oh,
since you kindly alluded to Raquel coming back, we'll move on to the next match here.
oh, let me
She
let me
came
say
back.
this real quick. My nephew was at the show, and how much do you think he paid for parking?
In Atlanta. I live down here
In
in Atlanta.
Atlanta, I don't
I
even
live
want to
down
know.
here. You probably
$500.
pay no less than $40 for parking. I promise you that. No less.
60.
I was getting ready to
Yep,
say it was
that
no
sounds
less
about
than
right.
40.
That
He
sounds about
he
right for
he he
Atlanta.
he pulled up. He's like, you know
And,
what? I'm
mind you, that's only if he actually parked at the State Farm Arena. If he didn't find one of those parking garages that are like right near, I know that there's
yeah.
one nearby that's like a $20 parking garage, but you got to get there early before everybody get there. But all the other ones is either 40, 50, and up. Trust me,
Mhm.
He,
I know.
I was on the phone with him. He said, you know what? I'm not even gonna trip. I already spent my money. I'm going to give him this 60 because I got to throw up the one.
That's all that
That's
Also,
what.
matters.
That's
That's all that matters.
before we get to the
listen.
women's title match, because apparently that's going to be the next one after this. Um, I do not want to see an Oldberg versus Gunther
No,
feud. I really do
Oh,
not. I do
no.
not. I do
they're
not.
not doing that.
I do not. Oldberg is back. Well, all I want to see is a Steiner recliner.
I don't want to see neither one.
Listen, hell, if hell really has froze over because I thought Steiner would never have
Right?
anything to do with this. So the front row, hey everybody, guess
Mhm.
who let me in
Well,
the
that's
building?
what. See, it's amazing what we say and what we do. A lot of people grow up. Some finally let go of the petty grudges. Some
Mhm.
understand it's a business. Whatever
Or
realm that you fit in,
some people get
if
fired
WWE can make money off your ass,
Mhm.
cha-ching.
as long as
Yeah, I
it's
think
good
since
business.
Vince McMahon is gone, you can
That's
make amends.
that's
You can make amends.
exactly.
You can put away those petty feuds. So like you said, for the benefit of business. So
And Triple H, nobody, if anybody would have told you 2 years ago Triple H would have welcomed Punk back into place, most of us have been calling them delusional, liar.
Mhm.
mhm.
Big booty
So
daddy.
I never. I will
Tri-
say I never thought that I was like see the day where like I'm watching a WWE show and I hear his music again. Like I just thought that was done. It was over. It would never happen again. So as
But you
much
gotta
as
think,
I say,
CM Punk, whether you like him or not, he draws money wherever he goes.
as much as
So
I say fuck CM Punk, it still feels unreal. I still get chills hearing that music. Um, as Unc has witnessed.
That's what it was.
So
It was chills. Looked
okay,
like pure
okay,
adulation to
okay.
me. My inner child.
That
It was
was
beautiful. It
no,
was a
it was
beautiful
my
moment.
first
It was
like it
beautiful. It was
was
beautiful.
because before I went to my first live show, he was gone. So I never experienced it. And look, it's an experience that I hope everyone gets to feel at some point. But
So, Bree, how do you feel about the match on the
I don't
screen?
want to talk about it.
Well, I
I
do.
don't want to talk about it.
I've
Okay,
waited
no, no, no,
patiently
no,
for
no.
10 minutes to talk about
So
this match.
I
We
had to
got to
watch
get
it.
into
I'm
it.
mad because I had to watch this match muted because I was in the movie theater. And the movie started as soon as Rhea's music hit. I was so mad.
Oh.
I was
Oh.
mad. I was mad. Um but it was a great match.
Mm.
I will give Liv her flowers. As I've always said, I hate the storyline. I hate the way that she is being booked right now, but I will always respect her for what she does in the ring. Um
Let's go, Bree.
oh my
She
gosh.
did take a long
That
time to get up there. She did
okay,
take a while.
okay. Not nearly as long as Cody and Roman, but anyway.
We'll
Um
get
Ooh,
we'll get to that.
but the match was great. Uh
But
Dominic in the shark cage
illegal.
everything
I'm
that I
filing a
wanted it
lawsuit
to be.
on
It was
behalf of
everything
Dominic
I wanted it to
Mysterio.
be. It was everything I needed it to be, and he's gonna lose that lawsuit.
The man is
Um,
definitely afraid of heights, and this is what you do to him.
man, that I did not see that coming. That was beautiful.
Hung my man up like a. This is what
Hey,
made me
y'all.
even more mad about the match. I'm sure you didn't hear this, so I'll tell you. Rhea is talking to this referee with the ref cam on, like, "Hey, give me a minute. I got something I gotta take care of. I'll finish this in a little bit. In the middle of a championship match, I want to go beat my ex boyfriend like he stole something.
I'm not tripping
he
that she
did.
said it.
He did.
No,
He stole her heart.
I'm not tripping that she said it. I'm tripping the ref said, okay, go handle your business.
Go
Because
ahead."
they know what this. They knew
He
what
said,
this
"I
was.
understand it." He said, "I
Because
understand it. Go do what you
they
do."
knew what this was. Okay,
No, no, son.
but
No, son.
I didn't see the return of Raquel.
Oh, that was
Even
hilarious.
more so, I didn't. I don't know. I didn't think that she would be on either side,
Well,
honestly.
well, listen.
But I'm not. I'm not mad at it.
You can't.
I'm not mad at it.
but you got to
They
remember,
had
her and
the
Liv
That
tag
Morgan,
was
team
her
belts
tag
former
team
together.
partner.
They had
more
the
former
belts.
No,
WWE tag team champions. So
Exactly.
they were
they had a
trash as
run with
tag
they
team
had a run with
champions. But anyway, continue.
but yeah, but I mean, and Raquel was her protector before she got hurt,
Yep.
and
I'm getting
and
to next.
and technically Rhea Ripley hurt Raquel
Yep.
just like she hurt Liv. So there you tie those stories in.
Did she hurt
That-
Raquel or did Raquel? No, no.
You
I'm
got
not
to
gonna say
remember
that. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna
When
say it.
Rhea first joined the Judgment Day, her early days, she was a menace. She was a terror to the
She always
WWE
is.
Women's
everybody
Roster.
was.
I mean,
She
she
always has
always
been.
been, but when she first joined, they put that battery in her. They put that battery pack in her, and when she I don't know if you want to call her the Eradicator now, but that Eradicator gimmick that she had,
The lit.
she was destroying the entire women's roster. Raquel fell victim to it. Liv fell victim to it. So, and Triple H is very good at tying in those stories. So there's a legitimate reason why when Raquel came back, it's like her and Liv were really tight, and they were the tag team champions. And of course, Rhea Ripley took out her partner. So yeah, why wouldn't you want to get revenge back on the person that crippled you and took you out for I don't know 8-9 months?
Man.
So it's not about picking sides. We already knew what side she was going to pick. She was going to pick Liv Morgan's side. So, and that makes sense.
Sides. It's all about picking sides.
Honestly. She's not going to join up with the enemy. You're not joining up with the enemy, the person that crippled you.
But what I said was I didn't see her joining up with anybody.
Well, see, here's the thing.
And seeing, like, I just did not see her joining up with either one of them. Honestly, I saw her beating both of their asses and being like, "I want the title." That's what I thought.
That may come down the road, further down the road. But for right now, you gotta align with a person for a common cause. The common cause is that we're not going to allow Rhea Ripley to take over the women's division, and if that means I got to protect my friend, make sure that my friend holds onto her title. Absolutely.
With that horrible finisher of hers, I'm sorry. The Oblivion ain't doing nothing to nobody.
But I love how everybody is ignoring the most obvious reason why this is happening. Okay, this is the money feud. We're not stopping this here. How do you extend it? You bring in the heater. You bring in Big Mommy Cool, Big Back Raquel. You know what I'm saying? They talk about big backs when it's coming to fat, but not that. That back is big because she lifts. She be doing this.
She be lifting Braun. She be lifting Braun every night in that hotel room. That's Braun's baby right there. That's why. Yeah, that's his baby. So yeah, that's why she got that big old back.
Who's baby?
And that's the thing.
Oh, Braun Strowman, you ain't know them two together. They've been together for a couple years. That's Braun baby.
That's who getting them hands.
Yeah, that's his baby.
Look who getting them hands.
Okay. Yeah, that's his baby. Yeah, that's his.
Oh, he don't even say that.
But no, it was great to see Raquel. I'm glad that she's healthy. I'm glad she's not having any flare-ups right now. So I'm just glad that she is healthy enough to compete right now.
I want to see that Ricola powerbomb on Rhea Ripley. No one can do a powerbomb like Raquel. That powerbomb is vicious.
That powerbomb is lethal.
I can't wait to see her do it. That Ricola bomb.
And on top of all of that, you get her out of the title picture. You keep her hot and going on until WrestleMania when you want her to challenge and win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean,
Raquel versus Jade Cargill. Like, my gears are turning, and I'm just, okay.
You know the money matchup.
Oh, yeah.
It's Jade and Bianca for WrestleMania. Let's not play games.
I know. But
listen,
now it's
put them
so
on,
many things.
Put them on night two. You put them on night two and let them shine.
They got to do that heel turn like soon.
Yeah, you're gonna make Jade Cargill the heel because Jade Cargill is more naturally suited to be a heel. Her being a baby face that doesn't.
I want Bianca.
Not necessarily.
I want Bianca.
I was going to say
Bianca's a good heel as well. I mean, she started out her career as a heel, so she can play that role. But right now, she's into that marketing. You know, she got her and her husband got that show on A&E. You know, she's out there with the kids.
But that's what makes it even better.
No, you gotta put the ego on the raw talent. Jade is the raw talent. Jade is she's the female Storm. So you gotta make Storm evil. You gotta make her evil.
Were crying when Bayley stopped being the hugger and she came out and took a sword to them.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it when she destroyed the Bayley buddies. When she got her hair cut the first time and she destroyed them Bayley buddies. That says about time.
That's the
like a 6-year-old to be a grown woman for once.
And that's the thing about this turn. And it's needed because her character is starting to get stale. It'll be unexpected because of, like you said, all the money, all the press and everything she does. It will be fire, just like when they did Bayley. And most people, when you look at that feud, like you said, it is obviously, it's like, okay, well, it's going to be Storm because she's new and stuff. No, you give her the chance to see if she can bring and be that next person in line to be able to bring people together. Because we know Bianca can do it, but we don't know if Jade can do it. If they do Jade, it'll be lazy booking. Then you still keeping Bianca in that same spot. She needs a heel turn.
He says lazy booking, but it's actually very simple. You can make it very easy. This is not complicated. The way you can make Jade the heel is just by her attacking Naomi. That's how you do it. You attack Naomi, and Bianca's gonna be like, "What you're doing," and then that's going to lead into.
Hey, I like where this is going. We're gonna put a bow on this, and then we can come back to this in a second. Moving on to Bad Blood.
I want to go back before we get into this. My only question.
Go ahead. Ask your question.
Before we get into this, have we talked about the Hell in a Cell match yet?
That was we were going in chronological order, but please.
So no, we're not in chronological. How are we in chronological order? Because
we had talked about it before you jumped
30 minutes long so far. So please.
Yeah, we had talked about it right before you came on, but you can come on and you can definitely.
I didn't get to say my piece. And this
go ahead, just your show.
Because Damian Priest was before Liv and Rhea. But anyway, I'm just saying.
You know what? Please, pray tell. What are your thoughts on the CM Punk Drew McIntyre Hell in a Cell match?
So it was everything I needed it to be. I have always said that I feel like Hell in a Cell matches should be reserved for those blood feuds where there's nothing else you can possibly do. Like it's a final straw. Like this is the last straw. You can't do anything else. So it was so good. It was what I needed it to be. It felt like Bad Blood. Like it felt like this is what they made this PLE for. You know, it felt like a good callback to all of the previous Hell in a Cell matches. They whooped the hell out of each other. Like it had so many good moments. And the way it ended, it had a storybook ending. You know, Punk won, which we all we didn't want it. Some of us did not want it, but it happened. We saw it happening, and we're done. We can move on. Seth Rollins is back. We can move on to CM Punk and Seth Rollins, and Drew McIntyre can go do whatever Drew McIntyre is gonna do. But I can't. It was so good. It was what I needed it to be. Best opener they could have had, honestly.
All right, good. I'm glad that we got that out the way. I'm glad you was able to articulate yourself and share with the world how you felt about Hell in a Cell. Now, for those of you that didn't know, we were joined earlier by a long time friend of mine from high school, Dev. But here, we're going to call him Cooley. Cooley is back. He finished the show, finally, and he is here to join us and give us his thoughts. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever on 2.5 Hills, welcome, Cooley, to the show. What's going on, brother?
What's up, y'all? Hey, gentlemen and lady. Speaking on the, if I'm correct, if I saw that right, we're speaking on the CM Punk Hell in a Cell match.
Oh, you can. Since you're here, you can. Go ahead.
Okay. Being as though I have to catch up through like the other streamers and YouTube and stuff of that nature, when it comes down to this storyline of CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, oh my god.
3 words. That's it.
I feel like the hint was there for when I think they had a conversation on SmackDown, if I'm correct, or CM Punk had a thing on SmackDown. No, it was Raw.
It was a Raw. I know what you're talking about. Drew McIntyre said, "I prayed for this."
And Drew had to leave, and then next thing you know, you have Drew beating up CM Punk bloody. That was automatically right then and there a hint. Easter egg. Hello, we doing this for Bad Blood.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're here at Bad Blood.
But it was easy to see. Like I said, SummerSlam, I think of the 3 matches, and I do got to go back and watch the Hell in a Cell. But obviously, the SummerSlam match was the one that ties everything in, to me, because like I say, because Seth Rollins is a part of the feud. It's the triangle or the tripod, whatever you want to call it. That's the 3 of them. So as Bree mentioned right before you came on, Cooley, now that CM Punk gave everyone the Christmas time story fairy tale ending as far as with his win over Drew McIntyre, now he's going to pivot back to Seth Rollins because Seth Rollins was involved in that, and him losing his first televised match was in part because of Seth Rollins, at least a Seth Rollins distraction. I won't say it was Seth Rollins directly, but he distracted him, wearing the bracelet and all that other stuff. But anyway, and plus, they have a very, very personal feud that ties back to the days of even you can go all the way back to NXT, when because CM Punk originally, when he thought of the idea of the Shield, it was supposed to have been Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and I believe it was supposed to have been what is his name? I just had his name on the tip of my tongue.
Callahan. Callahan.
Okay, hold on.
That was the one, yeah.
I have some breaking news.
But of course.
Oh, breaking. What's up?
Kevin Owens attacked Cody Rhodes outside of State Farm Arena.
What?
That's no surprise there. We're not surprised by that.
No,
at least he waited till after the show.
That's where I'm surprised at. Not that he attacked him.
I'm surprised that it was off camera. Oh, how
exactly.
Little Queenie Beanie. He just always pops in to see me, make sure I'm good. What up, Beanie? You want to say hi to the people? Look, say hi to the camera. Look, you see? Don't be looking at me. Look at this. There you go.
So, as you just heard it right here now, Kevin Owens stomped out Cody
go get your
at
sister.
the end of the program.
Yeah.
Well, let's hurry up and get to the main event so we can talk about everything, man. Damian Priest, he beat Finn Balor, man. It was your classic Judgment Day shenanigans filled match. And boy, Damian looked I feel like if Damian looked this strong in his damn title run, I feel like, we wouldn't give him as much flack as we did. But in this match, he took out everybody one move at a time. And South of Heaven, 1, 2, 3. Is Damian done with Finn Balor? No, not by a long shot. But for the night, Damian got the job done.
Again, one of the stupidest things that always bothers me, and WWE is trying to get better at it, but how in the hell can 1 or 2 people beat up a group, and then I'm supposed to believe that the group supposed to be something? That is stupid and it's silly. Just like the Bloodline, they outnumber Roman, and Roman just run through him. Cody did the same thing. You cannot keep doing that to get over the crew. You got to have your group be strong and get people to help.
Listen, we've seen this story as old as the tale of time. I remember back in the old WCW days when it was Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage running through the Dungeon of Doom. And remember, the Dungeon of Doom had everybody. You name it, they had everybody and their mama. Matter of fact, they won a match when it was just the 2 of them against 14 guys.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
Well, again,
but you got to make. But again, I know what you're saying, Professor. Why make your heel group punching bags? They're supposed to be like the new dominant group. The Judgment Day is supposed to be the group that's supposed to be terrorizing the roster, and they keep getting weaker and weaker with each inclusion. Ever since Edge started the group, it started off as Edge, Damian
Rhea.
Priest,
Yeah, and Rhea.
and Rhea. When
Yeah.
they added Finn Balor, I thought that was going to be a great thing. I thought the four of them was going to be something great. But then, of course, they kicked Edge out of the group, which to me, I didn't think was a bad decision, honestly, because I didn't really think he fit that Judgment Day group. But the four of them, when they were the original four, and then Dom came into the group, that's as strong as they were ever going to be. They're never going to be stronger than that. That was like almost pre-NWO back in the day. That's how they were in the NWO. When they started, we'll never be that strong again. So now they just keep getting weaker and weaker and weaker with each inclusion, with each person you bringing in, from JD McDonough to Carlito, which I love Carlito, by the way, personally. No shame to him. Love
I
Carlito.
cannot
But
Like
tolerate the
shit in the face.
disrespect.
I love Carlito, Caribbean cool. He will always be Carlito, Caribbean cool to me. You
You know
know,
what?
no
I'ma
shade.
sick JB
Is a treasure.
McDonough
We need
on
to
you.
protect
Also,
Carlito
you can go
at
ahead and
all
throw up
costs.
that little banner. from
No,
his
we need to
website.
protect Carlito at all
I'm not
costs.
putting the banner up.
I'm
Do
sorry.
I gotta
Everybody
do
keep talking about
everybody?
protecting Tongaloa. No, we need to protect Carlito. That's the one we need to protect.
Mhm.
Wait a minute. Look,
Yeah.
look. It don't need to be the rest of them. It need to be all of them, because they done killed. How many times do you kill Finn Balor before you just fire him? Because
Literally.
every time he gets just a tad bit of looking like he about to do something, they job him out to end everybody. I mean, come on.
I
I
just
need,
want him to get one
I
title reign. I
need,
just need one title reign from him.
no,
Just one.
we need Prince Devitt back. We need Japanese Finn Balor back when he was
Oh
a Bullet
man,
Club. When he
Listen,
used to point those guns and he used to fire them off, and he used to have a foul mouth all the time.
that's
Back
not
in New
gonna
Japan,
happen.
we
He
need
gotta
Prince
leave.
Devitt.
I
I
don't
He
need
has
think
to
they're gonna
leave.
be able
He
to
gotta
do
NXT
leave.
that
Finn Balor.
for
Like
a
I
long
need
time.
like Demon Finn Balor, but like
look, just give me the NXT Finn Balor, and I'd be cool.
The
mhm.
Demon King when he
When he
was
was
No,
NXT
look,
champion,
I take the second run.
I'll leave. Yeah,
Run. I'm with the second run more than the first.
But get back on topic. We all knew this was academic. This is about as easy as ABCs 1, 2, 3. You know, Damian Priest is there. He's in that upper mid card level now.
I wouldn't
So
even
in
call him
order,
up.
when you got
upper
him,
mid card.
Upper mid card.
Man, this is a
upper
former
mid
world
card,
heavyweight
upper mid
champion.
card. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear
What?
me out. Let's hold pump the brakes. Let me
Uncle
explain.
Howdy is upper mid card.
No, Uncle Howdy is not upper mid card at all. Pump the brakes on that too. Okay, let's go. Let me say the reason why he's upper mid card. Okay, so he was basically mid card until he won the Money in the Bank, right? He won
Right.
the Money in the Bank.
Uh-huh.
He cashed it in. He won the World
Bro.
Championship. Okay, I get it. He had a run. So we're not going to demean him back down to mid card, but he's not in the main event level. Not to me personally. We just said it. He had a run with the belt, and that belt by far, the run with this title was a D average at best.
I give you that, but
A D average. He had
it wasn't his
he had
fault.
one good match that I can recall of, and that was the Drew McIntyre. Was it Drew and Seth? Or no, it was him and Seth, and then Drew cashed in, and then the whole mishap with the money. That was his best match. This was his best match with the championship. And then he lost it to Gunther. So I'm not going to disrespect him, like I said, because he held the world championship, but I'm just not going to automatically proclaim him main event superstar. To me, he's not on the Roman Reigns level. He is not on the Cody Rhodes level. Not to me.
No,
Those
he's
are
Not
not.
to
different
me.
levels,
Not
man.
at all.
Those are different
He
brackets,
is a
man.
shade. He is a
Explain
shade or
why.
two below them. Matter of fact, truth be told, he's not even above Randy Orton to me. He's not even
He's
above Orton.
absolutely
Well,
okay.
Not.
I look at him as
Orton,
the Gunther level.
regardless of where you put him, Orton is main event all the time.
Right, right.
He stays there
He's a
all.
legend.
When's the last time he main evented, y'all?
It doesn't matter. Orton is a 14-time world heavyweight champion.
He's a
He's
legend.
a
The
legend.
resume
So
speaks
that's
for
not even main
himself.
event status. He's legend status. That's a
Right.
whole status on
Legend,
his
but you
own.
call it legend, but he's main event. If you're a legend status, that means you main event. That means you can
You
walk
can.
and
Yeah.
say, I can get main event if I
Yeah.
really want to. And by the way, he will be main event after Cody gets done with this Kevin Owens, whatever you just said.
Yeah, I just saw that video.
The next to turn heel, and we're going to be speaking about this again in a couple weeks. Damian Priest is upper mid card.
Well,
He's matter of fact, if there's tier 1, he's tier 2. Okay,
I feel you on that, but now let me say
right
this.
below Roman Reigns, he's right below Cody Rhodes, he's right below Randy Orton. He's tier 2. Yes, he's with the world championship, but he ain't been inventing no WrestleMania no time soon. Let's get it out your head. He ain't on that level yet.
Well, see, I thought you said Finn Balor.
No, not Finn Balor. And Finn Balor right now is on tier 2 or 3. The way
Finn Balor is basically a jobber right now at this point.
Him and JD at the same level. So
yeah,
that's what they did to him. That my bad. I didn't hear you say Damian. I thought you were talking about Finn.
No.
Of course, I agree with you.
The way that they booked Finn Balor to me has been horrible.
Exactly.
Personally, just like in my honest opinion, the way they booked AJ Styles has been horrible for me personally. When you have a talent like that, you should always be putting that talent on the upper echelon. Yes, I know AJ's close to 50. I get that. And I know he says he's getting close to his retirement. So I understand he kind of wants to. Him and Daniel Bryan are kind of like on their last video, if we want to say that. But the way AEW is booking Daniel Bryan, AJ should be getting some sort of booking like that, where he should be getting top quality matches all the time.
Yeah, because look at the match between him and Cody. That's the best match he's had.
Both of those matches.
Yeah, that's the best title defense.
Matter of fact, when Roman Reigns won his world championship, y'all remember when he beat Triple H in one of the worst WrestleManias ever? His first opponent was who?
AJ. And they stole the show.
And what did AJ do after that? He went and feuded with John Cena, which arguably they had the best feud of that whole year, from the Money in the Bank to that Classic at SummerSlam to the Royal Rumble when John Cena won his, what was it, the 16th? But AJ Styles, the way that they booked him that year, that's when you say, okay, that's tier 1. Damian Priest, no, he's tier 2. I'm not going to disrespect him and say he's tier 2 or he's not tier 3, but he's tier 2. He's right there. He's right at the upper mid card, but he's just a shade below the main event. Just a shade.
They're doing him like they did.
But he will get there. He will get there with stronger booking. He will get there. Just like main event Jey Uso. I think main event Jey Uso is like right at that tier. He's at that tier 2 level. Now with him being Intercontinental Champion, finally, let's see what we're going to do with Jey Uso. Can we get him to a tier 1 level and get him out of
I'm going to cut you off, man. You're falling asleep a little bit over here. We got to get to the main event, goddammit. It's supposed to be a Bad Blood post-review show.
The main event.
We got to get you a show. I see what we got to do. We got to get you.
Can I start on that main event?
The main event, you sure can. We get Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu taking on Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. And we'll get to everything in the specifics and the particulars now.
Over on the entrances, I need to know, because Roman's entrance is usually like 20 minutes.
I'm gonna speak on that. Go ahead, Cooley. Go ahead.
Lord have mercy. To see Roman come down without Paul Heyman,
it hurt. It hurt.
Yes. I feel like in due time, even though everything now since Triple H is in due time, Paul Heyman is gonna come back. I'm pretty sure he's fucked up after that whole bloodline thing where they, But you saw it in his face before it even happened. I've been keeping up with. I've been seeing little things. You know, he stood up. He stayed up the whole day for that, bro. The
Commitment.
whole day for that. So it's understandable that he's not in the mix right now. But to see him not walk down, yeah, it hurts. And another token, come on, man. We love the whole Paul Heyman thing, but it was about time to see Roman walk down without by itself for a minute, just for a little bit, you know.
Listen,
Change,
I'll
switch it up just a little bit.
say this, man. Roman, he ain't got no belt, man.
Even without the belt,
He
for
look,
me,
he
the
looked
man is the
plain.
man.
He looked plain.
Don't
Roman looked
disrespect that
like
man like that.
Oh,
Don't
Roman
hold on.
disrespect.
looked.
No, he
Don't
Wait a
Listen,
minute.
disrespect that man like that.
Wait a
Roman
minute.
Don't
Hold
looked.
on.
disrespect that
Hold
man
Listen,
on.
like
listen.
that.
Without the
I,
belt
Let,
now,
let me
Roman
say
because I
looked
said
this.
Don't do
good.
that.
because I
Don't do
said
that.
Roman looked plain without the
He
belt.
Let,
Is what
let,
everybody
let me
Don't
want.
do
say
What
that.
this.
everybody
walked
Let
want.
me
with
say
he
this.
walked
Don't do
with the
that.
aura of
Black.
having the belt, without the belt. Let's not. Come on now.
Now let's say this, and this is the God honest truth. You know, you can be at your job, working hard, sweating. You hear that music, you're
Thank
gonna
you.
Yeah.
With or without the belt, he is
With
the
look.
or without the
man.
belt, you throwing the one up. So I don't want to
You
hear
know you
nothing.
ain't about to sit here and disrespect the
I don't
tribal
want to hear
chief like
That's
that.
what I'm saying. You know,
You know
belt
I
or no
would.
belt, that man, like I said, he carried that company for 4 years.
You know I
Exactly.
For
would.
Look,
4 years,
look,
he
when
put
old
WWE
women,
on his back, and he literally
1,316
carried the
days.
wagon. So his aura in itself, he doesn't necessarily need a belt. He's him.
he is the modern day
Can
Ric
we
Flair.
add?
You
Can we add
know,
one more
anytime
note?
you hear that music, you gonna just
Put
you
it
got
like this.
old women
Put it
doing
like
the
this.
one.
If you watch old WCW when Sting first turned into the Crow, when he started wearing the white paint, Sting didn't need a belt.
Ah,
He didn't
I
need
was
a
a
belt.
baby, but I
Can't
remember a
Sting.
little
Well,
bit.
you was a baby. I know. I know. These are for the
92,
youngins.
92.
But
But I
for the
remember.
ones
I
who grew
remember
up,
the energy. I remember
Wasn't
the
even
energy.
but
alive.
Sting would either come down from the ceiling or he will walk out. No music, no belt. It never changed. His
It's like
aura, his presence, you could feel it in the arena.
for
He
me, if you
No,
hear that
Roman, that's where
music,
Roman's at. Roman
for
has
me, if
that
you hear
aura
that
about him. He doesn't
music,
need a
then
belt. He doesn't
no.
need a belt. He
for
can
me,
just
if you
walk
So
hear
out
that
and people are like,
music,
that's the guy.
hold,
then
hold
He's
on,
the
hold on.
guy. We know that.
Go ahead, Britt.
so
What you say?
if you hear that music, and it's the same as when you hear that bell toll. Like there's no, it's the same. You hear that bell toll. You hear Triple H's music. You hear
Yeah.
anybody's music that's a legend. You hear that
Yeah.
glass shatter. It's the same thing. He is on that level now. I
He's on
don't
that level.
like
He's on the
no
Stone Cold level.
no
He's on the
belt.
John Cena level. He's on the
And
Rock
with
level.
And
He's in that he's on that Mount Rushmore
He has surpassed
great.
legend status. Like he's
this all,
GOAT.
Yeah.
this all gets down to that main one thing. This is all connected to that one thing, the it factor.
Mm-hmm.
and due to It Factor, Roman got the victory. And what was probably one of the best smiles I've ever seen. And I mean, I've seen some smiles
Jimmy,
before. I've seen some smiles before. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Himmy is back. They not like
I thought it was gonna
us.
be Zilla. I was saying Zilla,
Nah,
Jimmy,
my
So
Zilla,
boy
Jimmy
I want to
No.
Woo.
speak
Jimmy
on this. I
Jimmy
got to
Mm,
speak
Uso
on this
came back and I screamed. I stood up as if I
he
was in the
screamed for
building.
me
Oh
because I
I
yes.
was
could
just
not.
sitting here
I was
on
in
the
the
edge,
movie
like,
theater. I'm sitting in the back row of the
I
movie
t-
theater, just glancing at my phone, and then
what I
I
tell
see
you.
the hoodie,
What
and I
I
was
tell
like,
you. What I
"Ha!"
tell you.
I
I
was so
said
mad.
I
I was
said don't
so mad.
scream.
I
I
didn't
said don't
scream.
scream.
I didn't scream, but I wanted to. I was
Listen.
screaming internally because I said it was happening in Bad Blood. I told y'all he was
You
coming back in
did.
Bad Blood.
Yes.
He's back. He's with Roman. Roman finally has somebody on his side. He's got somebody that he knows is going to have his back no matter what. Oh, it was
Boy, I
great.
almost cried.
I
Almost, because
almost
I'm like,
when they hug,
yeah,
when they
like,
hug, when
yeah,
they the hug,
get your
Well, you
cousin.
got to also
the
remember this
hug
too. Jimmy's been on Roman's side since
since the
Philadelphia.
beginning.
Since the
Yes.
well, not
No,
necessarily since the beginning,
no.
because
Not
in the
really since
beginning,
the beginning,
well,
but
we're
like he's
gonna say
fighting
once Roman did his Bret Hart Owen Bulldog where he said, "Listen, I need y'all.
Yeah.
I need y'all to understand that we're going to take over." Like Bret had to pull Owen and the Bulldog together and say, "Listen, in order for me to take over, I need you." Jimmy was fighting it in the beginning because in the beginning he was hurt. So he was more protecting Jay against
Right.
the tribal chief. But then once he figured it out and said it's better to fight with my family than against my family. Jimmy never betrayed Roman, so he stayed true to him all the way through to
He
Philadelphia.
turned on his own
Solo
twin
was the one
brother.
that turned on Jimmy. So that made it easy for Jimmy to say, "Well, I'm not going to
It's
side with
not
you."
even that.
It
Not
Ooh.
even
is
that.
that.
It don't got nothing to do with that. He turned on his twin brother. Fuck
Who you talking about,
Solo.
Hold
Jimmy?
up.
He turned on Jay.
Hold up.
Because
What
he
happened?
wanted to be main event status.
He-
He wanted to be on that Heat Monster level. He couldn't be.
no,
He
and
wanted
that's
to be on
exactly
that
why.
level. So
But that's why I'm saying that he he's always going to have Roman's back. That's what I'm saying. He turned on his twin, but like that is the it factor. You can get somebody to turn on their
You get over
twin,
there, Cooley?
not just a brother, a twin. That's a different type of connection right there.
I'm a
So
twin. I can attest to that. It is. It is.
Hold up.
It is.
But I see it though.
What you
Jimmy's
see?
back.
Mm-hmm.
I've been seeing the posters of the fans wanting the okay, you got Solo, Tongas, Jacob. You got Roman, Jimmy. You don't know how the story's gonna go, but somewhere down the line, Jay's gonna fall in. Who's gonna end up popping up? Yeah, The Rock popped up, but The Rock last time he said,
Okay.
"When I come
Then,
back,
all right,
I'm
Cooley, you
coming
supposed to
back for you."
build.
Cooley, we
Cooley,
ain't
Cooley.
there yet.
You
We ain't
gotta
there yet.
build. All right, look.
it's
All right,
all
I'm
right.
Sorry,
Let that man
gonna
be
show.
excited. Let
I'm gonna
that
show him
man
how to
be
do it.
excited
You gotta
because the
build
final
the
boss.
anticipation.
We
You gotta
understand
build
We
that
ain't
he's
there
that.
the
yet. No, we ain't there yet. We
We
ain't
just
there
cooked that
yet.
up.
I'm gonna just
You
start
gotta
calling The
Well,
Rock.
prove it.
No, rest in
We
peace
not
to
there
Alpha and
yet.
Sika.
You
Rest in
gotta
peace to
cook it
them.
like chili. You
We
gotta
we
slow.
didn't build up to it
You
yet.
gotta
Hold
build it up.
on.
Listen,
Yeah.
wait,
it's already out there. It's already out
well,
No,
there.
here's
No,
the
He's
no,
thing.
you can
already
fix.
there.
Listen.
He's
Even
already
though we
there.
live, we can always fix it in post. Okay,
You
we live,
listen.
but we can
Listen.
always fix it
Cooley,
in
I
post.
understand. Don't be mad. Don't be ashamed. Put it out
I
there.
made a
Man,
We
I made a
understand.
Cooley,
graphic.
Cooley,
We
I
I'm
made
gonna
a
tell you
understand.
like
graphic.
this. I'm gonna tell you like this. I go on many podcast shows. I screwed up a lot, but when I'm excited, man, I'm talking. Don't say
Talking.
a
Talk the
hundred
talk. Let it
percent,
fly.
a
hey,
hundred
Here's the
talk
real
percent.
question.
your, hey,
Here's the
like
real
they
question
say,
that I want
talk
to
your
know.
shit.
Here's the real question that I want to know because we're going to get to the War Games. That's going to be a Survivor Series. That's going to be in November.
Right.
My question is it going to be the entire Samoan family or is it going to be Samoan family and friends? Hear
We
me
ain't
out.
even finished talking about the whole match yet.
That's all
The
right. The
match
match is the
itself.
match. The match is the match.
We
Okay,
ain't
so
You
Match
didn't
was
Solo,
see
wonderful.
it.
Solo,
So
Solo got
you
the
didn't
win. He
see
got
it.
the win. We need to try to build him up because he's been taking a lot of L's.
I love how they
Get to
let
that.
Jacob get some time in on that. Because
Which I think he's a double agent, but we'll talk about that later too. But
everybody
um,
Everybody threw hands
but
to that, so I don't know
when I
about
say is
that.
it going to be like an all family war or is it going to be with friends?
I'm thinking it's gonna be friends.
It's going to be with friends because I feel like Sami Zayn's going to jump in this. I feel like Cody Rhodes might be in this. But truth be told, it should be all family. It should literally be all Samoans. They talk about the Samoan dynasty. They talk about the Samoan heritage, and this is all about who's the tribal chief, who's the final boss, who's this and who's that. me personally, they need to keep it in the family. They should not put no outsiders in there. They need to bring in Hikaleo. They need to bring
That's
in
the problem, though.
bring all of them in and let it be that. But of course, I'm not a writer. I don't write behind the scenes, and we all know the money is in having past, like I said, Sami Zayn was a moneymaker for the bloodline. He's tied into that story. So once Sami Zayn gets finished getting his behind whooped by Gunther, and then recovers, then he can go on ahead and slide into that. He can go on ahead and slide on into that. Cody Rhodes, even though Cody Rhodes keeps saying that he doesn't want to have anything to do with the bloodline, it's like he always like a revolving door. He's always going to come back around into that. So
with Cody, I don't think since they got him with Kevin. That's cool. This is the way you bring Jay back up in this. Bring Jay, let him come over with a title too.
Mm-hmm.
That would mean a lot. The reason why they can't do the whole bloodline because not every Hikaleo don't know their style of wrestling.
True.
So that's why they got them going to NXT.
Mm-hmm.
And you just don't want to bring all Samoans because again they don't know the style. And then after
what about Umaga's son? I don't know his name, but Umaga's
Zilla. Man, let me tell you about Zillow. Zillow is a smart businessman as far as prepping himself up, talking and wanting to get there. Zillow ain't ready. I'm just telling. I've seen a couple of matches with Zillow. He ain't ready for the big time yet.
Oh dang!
He's said it himself that he's not ready yet.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. The story that never ends. The bloodline. It will never end.
But you got, like you said, you got so much you can do with it, and
so much.
And then like Cole said, when Paul popped back up, people gonna lose their mind.
Mm-hmm. Paul is definitely a part of it. He's definitely a part of it. He's been with the family for over 40 years. So we can go back to old WCW days when he was managing the Samoan SWAT team back in the day. And so me
and you need to just go and do a old school podcast to teach these youngsters.
Mm-hmm.
I got a question.
That's how far Paul goes back. He goes back before the three youngins on this screen before they were even born.
Right.
He's gotten ties to those Samoans way back when. So, but like Bree said, when he pops up, that's going to blow the whole roof off of the whole story, And like I said, with the Rock being who the Rock is, the final boss, I'm about to start calling him. I can't call him the Grand Elder yet, but he essentially. He's the one that sits at the throne. Everybody wants to be in his position. Roman is like right below him, but he sits at the throne right now,
I got three
of being
questions.
a washed up wrestler? I'm sorry.
Of being the man. What you mean? He is the man. Don't put some respect on Dwayne Johnson's name. Put some respect on that man's name. He went from Rocky Sucks to being the biggest star ever.
There's nothing but respect. He's on my Mount Rushmore, but still, it's like
listen, that man is right there.
I got three questions. As much as I watch this, there's one thing I have not understand yet, but I think y'all are going to put me on to the ones that are elders of these industry game of wrestling. What is babyface? That's one. Two. Since we seen Jimmy did what he did with Roman when they walked away while the other bloodline was jumping Cody, what do you think will come of this? Mm-hmm. And three, what is up with the whole number thing of the final boss with the, what was that, 1,
oh yeah,
4?
Yeah.
What was up with that?
Maybe he can't do this.
Remember how I tell y'all Triple H's WWE, you got to find like the hidden signs and what they're doing. So remember when The Rock, when he was with Roman and the lead up to the WrestleMania, remember how when they throw out the 1, You got to remember, The Rock used to throw up this sign.
Mm-hmm.
He's throwing up the one, but that thumb is pointing to me. He's saying, I am the one. So let's not forget that.
And
Now you mentioned about Jimmy and them walking away. I got this line from the movie Blade when Blade was fighting Nomak, and Nomak says this: "Is the enemy of the enemy my friend or my enemy?"
That is
Roman Reigns
insane.
So
and
what
Cody are
I
not
picked
friends.
up,
They're
oh
not
look,
friends.
I get that part, but as
You
far
get
as
that. So Roman, regardless what happened at the match, Roman figures like, listen, my job is done. We tagged,
yeah,
we
that's
won
what
or
I'm saying.
lost.
Like
I
it
wash my
shows
hands with
Jimmy.
it. That ain't that we're done with that. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
and Jimmy, and that's where
basically,
that made them even more of a face. Jimmy, like, man, we got to do the right thing because he was there for us. So Roman's like, cool, that okay, we'll do it this time. Then they're gonna do what Roman usually do. He's gonna help. He's gonna help, and then you know what he's gonna say? Man,
you
give
owe
me my
me.
damn title
You
back.
owe me one. Yep.
That's
It's
that.
always got to be.
Literally,
It's got to be
all
for
it
a
is
purpose that
a
make it make sense for Roman. That's what
Exactly.
he's going to say. You got to make it make sense for him. He's like, I'm not going to just help Cody Rhodes just for the sake of Cody Rhodes being a face and I'm the new face. No, Roman. I told y'all last week. Roman will never like Cody Rhodes. He beat him on the biggest stage of them all. He dethroned that man from having an opportunity to hold that belt for like another year. Like he was close to breaking Hulk Hogan's record of 4 years? I wanted to see him win
Yep.
it, truthfully. I wanted to see him surpass that record.
I did. Hey, I'm
I
with you
wanted to
on
see him
that.
surpass that record, but I wasn't mad at the fairy tale Christmas story ending with Cody Rhodes. But you got to think a loss like that, a loss to that man's ego, a loss to his pride. That's the reason why he had to take the time off. He had to come back and regroup himself. But when you looking at that man in the face, and you got to think they're 1-1 in matchups right now. Roman won one, Cody's won one. There's got to be a rubber match in there somewhere. The title's still
technically,
involved.
technically
We can't
Roman
count
won two.
the tag team match because The Rock won that one. So The Rock got one up on Cody Rhodes. That's their own personal thing. But Roman beat Cody at what was it? WrestleMania 39. Cody won at 40. There's a rubber match in there somewhere. You gotta just like CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. There's a rubber match. You gotta
And it's
settle
the
it.
money match. So
It's a
you
money
can
match,
build to. You
and
can
Cody
build.
still has, and Cody's walking around with Roman's title.
You
That's
can.
Roman's belt. To him, he's saying that's my belt. Even though he lost, that's my title. So that's all the more reason to say, okay, you know,
And
I
I'm
may
gonna
I
tell
may
you.
tag with you today, but we're gonna settle this at some point, you know.
I'm gonna tell you about the numbers The Rock was throwing up. It could be a sign of for people that he could be leading the new bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
Because you think about it, when he was doing this, it was
Mm-hmm.
two. Who was the other? Who's the guy that turned and got everything started? Solo.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be Rock, Solo.
Yep.
Now it's four. That could be a sign. And that's the nice thing about it. They can go so many different ways with it,
Mm-hmm.
where people won't get it or understand it. So
Yeah.
Also, right
So,
before he did that, the camera cut to Solo, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, Jacob Fatu. The camera cut to all of them.
and all of them went out through the crowd.
Mm. Mm.
So
all right. So overall, let's get everybody's opinion overall on Bad Blood as a whole. We get everybody's final thoughts on the show from start to finish. How y'all feel about it?
I love that.
Cooley say he all go for it.
Mm-hmm.
This is an A plus for me.
Sounds like it was an A show,
I was
especially the Hell in the Cell.
I was gonna say the least attractive match still got a good rating for me. This is how you do a good B show that makes so much keep turning to the bigger shows. I think they're starting to get that formula down. You take away where we always expecting a B show in the States, you get it over to different countries, you're going to make a killing over there. And when you do a B show back in the States, people are going to flock to it like it's WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
So, and honestly, everything they did, and generally, I'm not that type of person that gives WWE's pay-per-view. I always pick it really apart real bad.
Mm-hmm.
I had no problem with this pay-per-view. They did excellent. The crowd, the band. Oh, can we not talk about the entrance of Cody that had the black beard?
Because they were going viral everywhere for performing his song at one of their games. It was the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. And I've watched that video I don't know how many times. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've seen the video.
for him to put them on this big stage like that.
Man, listen, they went into business for themselves because they was trying to play over Cody music. They act like we wasn't gonna hear that shit.
Anyway,
they went into business for themselves.
I would have did the same thing. If I got a shot on the big stage, man, I ain't stopping. You got to drag me out.
Cut the mics off. So, Ali, I'm sure after you see it, you'll be able to develop an opinion. If I had to give it a rating out of 10, this is definitely a 10 out of 10, just because I got two big returns in one match. I wasn't looking to see The Rock come back tonight, so to see that reaction, I saw something earlier.
I knew it was happening. He was at
a high school. I'm like, what? I'm like, listen, no disrespect to whatever he was there for. They leaked that
earlier, so
damn them kids.
Popping up.
Well,
I'm like, damn the baby.
Cody spoiled it. Cody and McIntyre. I mean,
big guys coming back. Yeah, Pat.
Yeah, Pat.
Guys
they
coming back.
ruined
Which one?
It.
I called the interference for the Rhea Ripley match.
Yeah.
I called
Raquel back in there, bitch.
Oh, I knew it because you got to get Rhea away from Liv and Judgment Day. So to get her away from Liv, because they always save the bigger stars for WrestleMania, and you don't want her to win the title back too quickly.
I didn't know when she was popping up. I just knew she was going to come in that room.
Hey, everybody.
I would probably say it was a 9 out of 10. It wasn't perfect, but it was damn near close to it. Oh, and Roman's entrance too.
Took forever. Listen, where can everybody reach you guys on social media? Where can they all reach y'all at?
Instagram is CooleyBuds215_. You can get with me on on Facebook as Dev Cooley.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Y'all can find me on Instagram at Bree99 with 2 underscores.
Y'all can catch me at Ali_Insta2024. You know, I always bring the live, bring the real with y'all. You know, always a pleasure having me on the show.
And you can catch me on Facebook at the Wrestling Society Network. The way my schedule been, you might look up on a podcast and I'm sitting there trying to preach WSN. So check me out, and thank you for supporting everybody that we rock with, and thank you for loving wrestling, because without you, there is no me. So thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. The WrestlingSociety.com. Go on over there. Pull up. Go do some stuff. Click some buttons. Oh, yeah. Go watch something. I'm Uncle Black 215 on everything. Go follow us over at 2.5 Heels. And you know what? This episode would not have been an episode if I did not one time, Got to throw it up one time for the real ones
Oh God.
that
Whoa, wait, what?
understand,
Oh my
Tonga is
God. Oh
president.
my
understand
gosh.
This man is
that
wild.
listen,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
you
yeah, yeah,
guys
yeah,
saw
yeah, 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 yeah,
SmackDown. My
yeah.
boy Tongaloa won the ladder match to retain the tag team championships. It scared the piss out of me when he grabbed them
Man.
belts off the ladder. He scared me, but he got him down.
Listen,
So y'all ain't got nothing. No,
listen.
y'all ain't got nothing to
I'm gonna
do
tell you right
but
now.
to
He is
respect.
borderline. He is borderline Ralph's status to me right now. Okay.
Well, Ralphus is a goat anyway, so either way,
He is
he is a
Ralph's
legend.
status to me right
He
now.
is a
Okay.
legend in these streets. He's a
Mm-hmm.
legend in your heart and a legend to
Mm-mm.
everybody. So with that being
Mm-mm.
said,
Bree left, but obviously, oh, she's back. She's back.
listen, every time I post that, she's gonna disappear. But
Yep.
with that being said,
Yeah, yeah,
as we
yeah, yeah,
always
yeah, yeah,
say
yeah, yeah,
here,
yeah, 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 yeah,
closing
yeah.
it off. Remember, wherever there's wrestling, there's 2.5 hills. Thank you guys.
Thank you.